Welcome back to Kleppers Corner. Today in the news, the only show where the phrase "everything's on fire" can mean both geopolitically and literally. I'm your host, here to walk you through August 13, 2025, a day where the global stage looked like a game of Risk played by toddlers hopped up on energy drinks, and the U.S. decided to take the hold my beer approach to governance. Segment 1, Ukraine conflict and the Trump-Putin peace summit. The war in Ukraine has hit the "we're not mad, we're just disappointed" phase of international diplomacy, except replace disappointment with possible territorial surrender. Russia claims it's making big gains in Donetsk. Ukraine says not so much. And in 2 days, Trump will meet Putin in Anchorage for what the White House calls a listening exercise. Translation: Trump gets to play deal-maker-in-chief while Putin slips him a wish list longer than a kid's Christmas letter. The biggest concern? This isn't a peace negotiation. It's Putin testing how many geopolitical concessions he can fit between rounds of "you're a very strong leader, Donald." Ukraine isn't even at the table, because who needs the country that's actually being invaded, right? Instead, there's a promise of a virtual Zelensky cameo tomorrow, which is like saying, "we'll totally include you in the group project" right before we hand it in. Segment 2, Russia and North Korea, the new besties. Putin also phoned Kim Jong-un to thank him for help in liberating Kursk, because nothing says strategic alliance like outsourcing your war to a country still figuring out how light bulbs work. Thousands of North Korean troops are now reportedly in Russia, plus construction workers to fill labor shortages. This is the geopolitical equivalent of a bad Tinder rebound. You know it's wrong, but it fills a need. The result? A stronger anti-West alliance. Because if Russia, North Korea, and potentially Iran start coordinating more, it's like the Avengers. If all the Avengers were villains whose superpower was starving their own citizens. Segment 3, Gaza, the humanitarian collapse. Gaza remains an open-air nightmare. Over 120 Palestinians killed in the last day, hundreds injured, and famine deaths climbing past 230. Aid groups say Israel is weaponizing water, literally bombing water infrastructure. Meanwhile, the U.S. Congress tried to block arms sales to Israel, failed, but got a record number of Democrats to vote yes. Even Governor J.B. Pritzker has hopped on the arms blockade bandwagon. The UN says about 1,400 people have been killed just trying to get aid. Imagine showing up for food and getting targeted. That's not a war zone, that's a moral collapse. And Israel's answer? Push nearly 1 million more people further south. It's like playing musical chairs with human lives, except there are no chairs and the music is bombs. Segment 4. Southern Europe is on fire. Literally, wildfires are ravaging Spain, Turkey, Albania, and Greece. Greece is evacuating entire villages. Spain's national emergency level is maxed out. And in Albania, heat has detonated leftover World War II ammo, because apparently 2025 is now also 1945. This is what happens when climate change meets underfunded firefighting, a cross-border barbecue no one wanted. Yet, you know, somewhere a politician is saying, we can't afford to invest in climate adaptation. Well, enjoy paying for the rebuilding effort every single summer instead. Segment 5, Texas redistricting, gerrymandering on steroids. Texas Republicans want to take their U.S. House seat count from 2513 to 38. Democrats responded with the political equivalent of calling in sick, a walkout to deny a quorum. Governor Abbott is threatening endless 30-day sessions until the map passes. Attorney General Ken Paxton even went after Beto O'Rourke, accusing him of illegally funding these runaway Democrats. Paxton wants him fined, maybe jailed. This isn't redistricting. It's redistricting with a side of reality TV courtroom drama. Segment 6, Trump federal takeover of D.C. police. Trump has declared Liberation Day in D.C., placing the Metropolitan Police under federal control, appointing Pam Bondi to run it, and dismantling bail reform. Why? He says no cash bail is a disaster. Data says crime is falling. But this isn't about data, it's about branding, turning local governance into a campaign rally prop. Also, he wants prosecutors to try kids as young as 14 as adults, because nothing says tough on crime like giving 8th graders criminal records. Segment 7, Smithsonian History Makeover. Trump has ordered a review of 8 Smithsonian museums to ensure they align with Americanism, his version, not the one with facts. The plan is to implement content corrections where necessary. You know, like when textbooks quietly change enslaved people back to happy workers. The Smithsonian says they'll stick to scholarly excellence, which is cute because when a president starts editing history, scholarly is about to mean what the boss likes. Segment 8. 2026 Senate races already heating up. Ohio's Sherrod Brown might return to the Senate to take on John Husted, while in Iowa, Paralympian Josh Turek is running against Joni Ernst. Yes, it's August 2025 and we're already campaigning for 2026. It's like Christmas decorations going up in September. Too soon, but you know it's coming. Segment 9, Pittsburgh steel explosion. A U.S. steel plant outside Pittsburgh exploded again, killing 2, injuring 10. Past explosions in 2009 and 2010 suggest this plant's safety plan is basically hope and earplugs. When the same facility blows up multiple times in a decade, it's not bad luck. It's management betting against OSHA. Segment 10, sports and oddities. Emma Raducanu got into it with an umpire over a crying kid in the stands. Meanwhile, in cricket, Shubman Gill is July's Player of the Month, and in chess, Divya Deshmukh took down China's Lei Ting-ji. In football, the Chiefs lost Deion Bush for the season to an Achilles injury, and tragically, Italian athlete Mattia De Bertolis died during the World Games. Cause still unknown. In conclusion. So that's August 13, 2025. A world where war, famine, and wildfires fight for top billing. The U.S. government experiments with rewriting maps and history, and even tennis matches turn into daycare disputes. Tune in tomorrow when I'll probably be saying the same thing, because in Kleppers' Corner, history doesn't repeat itself, it just gets louder.